It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. Looking at the Nets, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. So many teams playing at a faster pace nowadays. Tonight, though, Kenny, we see lots of half-court sets.
Yeah, because it takes craft to run an offense in the half court. You just can't run up and down and jack shots up. This is winning time, half-court basketball. And you find the matchups and you exploit them, Ernie.
And you have to remain patient. You know, you have to remember, Ernie, it's chess, not checkers.
What were you better at, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Have you played chess?
Never.
King me.
That's checkers.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
That's chess.
Yeah. It's just checking. Make sure you knew.
Checking, get it?
No.
Checkmate, checking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel very stupid. Here's Kevin Harlan.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And, of course, Bogdanovich. We'll see how they continue to fare without him.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin Durant is much improved as a defender, and maybe it's some overdue appreciation, at least as he sees it. He said, people are starting to recognize me as more than just a scorer. I've been trying to shake that rap since 2012. I look to impact the game on both ends of the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A two-way player to be sure, DA. Thanks. Well, we're moving into the heart of the NBA season, Clark. Has chemistry and pecking order in a locker room been set by the coach and by the team at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think with veteran teams, it's pretty well established. But again, the makeup of your veterans is key there. With younger teams, though, I think they begin to – it's a process. It's an ongoing process of figuring out roles and pecking order. So as you get into the middle part of the season, the heart of it, I think the young guys do start to kind of figure it out.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Pacers, we've got Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb out there with Miles Turner. Then it's Sabonis, and it's Holiday in at the point guard.
Oh, man, he is so shrewd in screen and rolls. Dinwiddie is good at sizing up and analyzing the situation and then making the right decision at the right time.
Now, here's Brogdon. In the game against Toronto, very impressive. And he gets it back. Count it, good.
Brogdon does a nice job using his body close to the basket. He's a strong guard who knows what to do down there.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Durant's got his first basket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Yeah, that's just the height, the length coming into play there. No one stopping Durant.
Brogdon kicks to Lamb. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Lamb's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
It's Durant on the wing. Turner with the steal. The pass to Brogdon. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And it's blocked.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Indiana shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
That's good from Holiday. Both free throws good from Holiday.
And, you know, the Pacers were one of the better teams in the East last year. Many wondered just how or why the Pacers were so good. I think you point to the chemistry this team has as something that you can't deny, along with having a star that endeared himself to his teammates in Oladipo. Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Lamb finds Turner. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And it's Durant missing. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for Indiana. And along with the chemistry the Pacers enjoy, another strength. Clark is their guard play.
Well, Kevin, they've got a number of guards that can initiate the offense, and they all do it fairly efficiently. Don't turn it over much, and they all can shoot it and drive it. So that group of guards is really a strong part of this team.
Here's Irving. The Pacers making the shot. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Indiana. Last time they met was in Indiana.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the board.
Yeah, they were overpowering inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
Now here's Durant following the miss by Miles Turner.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Now here is Holiday. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Brogdon. Here's Lamb. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Irving. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Irving's got his first points of the game.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Brogdon kicks to Lamb. Pass to Turner. To the middle. Here's Sabonis. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Yeah, I like Sabonis' game inside because he's confident and skilled.
Outside Durant. Lets the three fly. Buries it from three-point range. Durant's got his third basket of the night.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
Prince is checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Irving. McConnell passes to McDermott. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
McDermott does a solid job scoring close to the basket at 6'8". His size allows him to capitalize from there.
Here's Irving. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
Now, here's Brogdon. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here is Durant. Outside Irving. Pass to Prince. He gets it in there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Leaf. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. McDermott dishes to Warren. Over Durant. And Warren the bucket on the assist by McDermott.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
Irving looking over the floor. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. Inside, here's Warren. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now, here is Irving. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Count that one. Irving's got 6 points.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Here's McConnell. Over Durant. A shot by McConnell, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Now McConnell. After Taurean Prince's three-pointer that didn't go. McConnell finds Brogdon. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The deep three from Durant. He can't get that one to fall. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Now here's McConnell, covered by Irving. Now here's McDermott. The pass to Brogdon. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's the three. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Brogdon's got the game tied up here for Indiana.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played. And that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies. And it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummings, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names: Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now, here's McConnell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Kyrie Irving. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 8 assists, and 2.5 steals. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Irving with it. He's covered by McConnell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You'd better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Fourth, Kyrie Irving.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
That free throw missing. Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans they can avoid this situation for a long time.
And the second free throw, good. Pacers trail by 3. Reed with it. Pass to Leaf. Back to Reed. Over Irvin. A nice shot by Reed. Reed's got his first 2 points of the night.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Now here's Allen. No points in the game yet for him. That'll go on McDermott. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Brooklyn now. Williams kicks to Chandler. Allen passes to Prince. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Brooklyn working now with the new shot clock. A second chance effort. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Shoot 2.
And that one falls for Williams. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And although the Nets have improved, Clark, they still have some areas that have traditionally given them some trouble.
Well, when you're a team that struggled to win consistently, there are a lot of holes and chinks in your armor. They only play okay defense and don't create a lot of turnovers. And the turnover game is usually in favor of the opponent with them. They have the talent to be a good defensive team. I think they just have to be a little more focused and intense at that end of the floor.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
The Pacers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And when you think of McDermott, the first thing that comes to my mind anyway is three-point shooting ability. He's very effective spacing the floor.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, going into the last season, many thought the Pacers were in rebuild mode, but ended up 5th in the East with a fantastic season and strong finish. Saying they overachieved doesn't even begin to describe their season. I think they surprised everybody.
And Warren, here we go. Prince with the defensive effort. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. They get it back. Allen. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw, no good. The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. The Pacers making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the first. Dinwiddie kicks to Williams. Dishes to Chandler. Left side Williams. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Here's LeVert. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Nets lead by 2.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Brooklyn.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Turner, also Sabonis out there, Jeremy Lamb out there with Reed, and it's Holiday in at the 1 spot.
And LeVert showing how confident he is in his jumper, Kevin. He's got a nice soft release and is a very skilled guard.
And Holiday kicks to Reed. Pass to Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Pacers making the shot. Passes it to LeVert. But they'll get another chance. Holiday against Chandler.
Aggressiveness is fine, but you can't be this over-aggressive. I think he's got to dial it back some. They need him on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Clark, a favorite topic of yours. Great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys stand out for me in that regard, Kevin. DeAndre Jordan is terrific. Enes Kanter, probably, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the league. Enes Kanter. I mean, he goes and gets it in his area, out of his area, through guys, over them. Man, he's a terrific offensive rebounder. And I'd throw Anthony Davis in there too. I think he does a great job on the defensive glass and gets his share of offensive boards as well.
Clock at 4. Lets it go from deep. And it's LeVert missing. Pacers shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. To the inside, Turner. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's LeVert. Reed covering. And there's the pass to Chandler. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Sunday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Wednesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Allen with the block. Kicks to Dinwiddie. Pulls from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Pacers 4th.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
First free throw is good. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well. He demands accountability. And his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
And Allen drops them both. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And Holiday kicks to Turner. Brogdon against Harris. Turner. It's good on the putback.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The Nets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Harris outside. Here's Jordan. Sabonis grabs the board.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. Durant's checked in for Allen. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Brogdon against Harris. Clock at 6. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Pacers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Brogdon against Harris. Now Brogdon. He's got 7.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Miles Turner. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, you know what? He's a skilled passer, so if you leave people open around Brogdon, he'll make you wish you didn't.
Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And now a 4-point Indiana lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
There's Dinwiddie following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Down low, Brogdon. That one goes in. Brogdon's got 9.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Nets trail by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Jordan. Out to Harris. Pass to Dinwiddie. Five on the clock. Here's Jordan. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 8 points for DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
Prince is checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Pacers leading by 4. Brogdon kicks to Warren. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Here's Brogdon. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Harris. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
4 on the clock. Turner dishes to Warren. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Indiana. They're 7th right now. Not a bad spot, but certainly they'd like to string together a run of wins. And, of course, there's the Nets, 6.5 games behind them.
And right now for Brooklyn, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, you know, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
Now McConnell, following Durant's three-point attempt. To the paint, here's Turner. Here's McDermott. Got a hand on it. They get it back. It's good. Turner's got 6 here in this quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris has got the ball. Durant, that's good. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
It's Brogdon on the wing. Guarded by Harris. Inside, here's Turner. And the layup is good. Turner's got 10 points in the game.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Bulls in Chicago. Jordan, high post. They get it back. Nobody near Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. And that's now 11 points for Kyrie Irving. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And DeAndre Jordan, the all-time leader in career field goal percentage, Greg, by a sizable margin.
Yeah, the most prolific dunker in the league, maybe in league history. Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Kevin Durant. Second in free throw percentage, 14th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And you never see him get nervous when he steps to the line. That's why he's second in the league in free throw percentage. Now, here's McConnell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's McDermott. And no good. Prince with the defensive effort.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Now, here's Warren. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto. McDermott. It's tipped. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run. It's good.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Brogdon against Harris. Brogdon finds McConnell. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists now in this one. Nets leading by 3. Outside Jordan. Outside Durant. Out to Harris. From deep, Prince. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
And he gets it to go. And it's a 7-point Nets lead.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Irving. McConnell passes to Turner. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And, you know, last year was a bit of a mixed bag for Miles Turner. I mean, he was expected to take another big leap forward into stardom, but didn't quite get to that point. But sometimes growth is not a straight line. It's up and down, sideways a bit. This young man's got the character and talent to be an all-star in the near future.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Allen Williams comes in for Taurean Prince. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Harris. Turner no good on the free throw. And Clark with Turner last season battled some injuries and had to work to come back to his consistent rotation time role.
Kevin, how many times have I said it? I know we're in the microwave age, but you have to be patient with these young guys, especially big guys. They just traditionally take longer to develop. You've got to remember he played 1 year of college basketball at an outstanding rookie year. The sophomore year, a little bit bumpy, but still progress made. This guy's got great promise and potential, and he's going to be an impact player for a long time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Taken away by Williams. It's Durant on the wing. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now, here's Warren. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Pocket 6. Rebounded by the Nets. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And here is Irving. He's got 13. 29 seconds left here in the second.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Now here's Lamb. He had 13 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
And that concludes the first half. Nets lead by 9. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
I'll tell you what happened in the first half. Kevin, D-U-R-A-N, I don't know how to spell it, but Kevin Durant. We know about his length. We now know he's a lot stronger, the way he finishes plays, and he does it on the both ends. Terrific effort. He's a defensive man now.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Brogdon. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And stolen by Jordan. Only one man back on D. Here's LeVert. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I see him.
Now here's Lamb. He kicks it to Holiday. Yep, that one goes. Holiday's got 8 points. Brooklyn leading by 9. Irving for 3. It's good from long range.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night, and he's done that in a big way.
Pass to Lamb. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
One shot, gentlemen.
You know, Jeremy Lamb, what a nice stroke he has. I mean, says that in practice he makes about 350 shots a day. I wonder about these numbers sometimes, guys, quite honestly, but he does get some extra work in. Takes him about an hour and a half to get that many shots to go in.
Now here's Durant. 18 points for him. Shot clock at 6, and he comes up with the deuce. Durant's got 20 points.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Brogdon kicks to Lamb. Sabonis, the pass to Lamb. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And you look at Lamb's scoring production, his efforts have certainly paid off.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. And some of it is attributable to being more aggressive, getting to the line a lot more. He's excellent there. And he's also increased his usage and efficiency, which has improved his numbers.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him.
I really believe the more playing time that Lamb gets, the better he'll become. He still has the potential, in my mind, to be a very solid player in this league.
And Lamb drops them both. Here's Dinwiddie. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Durant in the corner. Turner with the steal. Looking to end his cold spell, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Brogdon has really good strength, and despite being bumped by the defense, still maintains his balance and plays right through it. Malcolm Brogdon, the 36th pick in the 2016 draft, went on to win Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's the second time a player not taken in the first round received that award. The first time was back in 1957. Kevin, you probably know who that is because you may have even called one of his games.
One shot, gentlemen.
No, I'm not that old, Clark. You sure you're not thinking of a game maybe you called back in the day? That free throw good from Brogdon. And you think about Brogdon slipping into the second round. Clark, what caused so many teams to pass on him?
Well, you know, in this day and age, Kevin, younger is deemed to be better, and if you've happened to be in college 4 or 5 years, you're looked at a little differently. He spent 5 years at Virginia, but to his credit, he got his bachelor's degree and a master's in public policy, so he's got great character and perseverance.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Brogdon. Durant, wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism. And let's take a look at the numbers for Lamb. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
And Holiday kicks to Turner. Over in the corner, Lamb. That three off the mark. Nets leading by 9. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pacers. Three-pointer. Some solid defense there from Irving. And Indiana making a change here. McDermott's checked in. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Timeout called, the Nets.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And let's take this break to recognize some of the league's small forwards that have been on fire at the charity stripe for all of the past month. Second is Jeremy Lamb.
And knowing what I do about the guys on that list, I can tell you they put a lot of long hours in the gym to get those percentages to where they are.
Well, you can't get those numbers without the work. And they've posted impressive numbers, and all of them are naturally gifted shooters, but you have to add to natural ability the work required to bring it to fruition.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And you can see that Durant has an incredible drive. He wants to be an all-time legend when it's all said and done.
Prince is checked in for LeVert. Now here's Lamb. He's got 9. To the middle. Here's Sabonis. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Sabonis has got 8.
You know, this is an area Lamb must continue to improve his passing, and when he passes it like this, it helps out a lot.
Irving against Holiday. Irving finds Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for DeAndre Jordan. 10th in rebounding, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. First one falls for him.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. And Lamb drops them both. May have been the 90s, Clark, when we saw the pick and roll really become a common type play. Defenses have now adjusted somewhat, but many offenses still rely on it now.
Man, you go way back to the 50s and 60s. The pick and roll has been one of the hardest plays to defend since really basketball came into existence, quite honestly. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and now with the interchangeable parts that many teams have, you have the real challenge of small guys setting screens on big guys and creating havoc. So screen and roll action, always a very important part of the game and a hard set to cover well on defense.
And the call will be against Sabonis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nets leading by 12. Durant with it. He's got 25. Down low, here's Prince. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 7 points for Prince.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
The free throw drops for McDermott. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. And a change for the Pacers. Warren's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. He's perfect from the line this time. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Passes it to Durant. Over McDermott. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And now it's 27 points for Kevin Durant. Now here's McConnell. He's covered by Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Brogdon. Now here is Irving. Tight defense on him. Over McConnell. Here's Allen. They shoot again. Durant. Allen's shot is off.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Brooklyn leading by 12. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Shoots over McDermott. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Durant's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
McConnell kicks to Leaf. Outside Warren. McDermott passes to Leaf. Here's Brogdon, defended by Allen. Shot clock at 5. McDermott for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the Nets making a change here. Williams is checked in. Here's Irving. Williams trying to break free. Goes back up. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
The Pacers making a switch here. Wilcox is checked in. Here is Wilcox. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince. The Pacers making a change here. Sumner's checked in. Nets on defense. And the shot by Warren, no good. Now the pass to Williams. From down in the low post, it goes. Williams has got 10 points.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time. Cold-blooded and lethal.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now, here's McConnell, covered by Irving. McDermott kicks to Warren. Looking to end the run. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Williams.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
And so here is Indiana. After Torrey and Prince hitting the 3. For Brooklyn, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And the first one drops. The Pacers making a switch here. And both free throws good for Williams. And Indiana shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Here's Leaf. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Brooklyn leading by 23. Poked away and stolen by McConnell. And he banks in the layup. 5 points in the game. Brooklyn's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Irving kicks to Williams. Poked loose, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
How can you not be a fan of T.J. McConnell if you like grit, tenacity, always ready to help his team? He's a fan favorite because he plays with such a competitive edge, even when most of the time he's outmatched physically. Extremely scrappy and heady. He played his college hoops at Arizona, and he's got a long future in front of him in the NBA. Evan, there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's locked in this quarter. This defense has to get the ball out of his hand.
Right side Warren. Shot on the wing, and there are the Pacers with another bucket. Now Irving. He's got 18. Kicks to Allen. Back to Irving. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Irving's got 20 points.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Sabonis. 8 points for him. There's the dish to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Irving from long range. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Holiday looking over the floor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment now to see the stats for Prince. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Lamb, he's checked in for Indiana. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Stolen by Holiday. That one goes in. Holiday's got 13.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
52 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Temple. Launches a 3. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And here's Holiday. 13 points in the game. Pass to Sabonis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition their part.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. Outside Holiday. He kicks to Warren. Back to Holiday. He dishes it to Warren. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Indiana, Turner is out there with Warren. Then it's Sabonis. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. Prince outside. 6 to shoot. Dishes it to Dinwiddie. Over Holiday. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Holiday dishes to Turner. Outside Holiday. Out to Turner. Launches it. That one doesn't drop. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Pacers. And the shot goes in. Durant's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Brooklyn. Brogdon kicks to Lamb. And stolen by Prince. And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him that he has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
And, you know, the 2016-17 Rookie of the Year continues to impress. Brogdon is a valuable role player who does a lot of things well.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
Leaf checked in for Sabonis. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. To the middle and taken away by Johnson. Brogdon the pass to Reed. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
No good on the second free throw. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Well, excellent defensive instincts. I mean, knows exactly when to strike on this end.
Here's Temple. The Pacers making the shot. Now here's Williams. Here's Karuch. A rebound by Johnson.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And the Nets with possession here, following the score by Indiana. Temple finds Williams. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time, because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
Here's Sabonis, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. McDermott dishes to Holiday. And it's sent back by Irving. That's good from Durant. Wilson Chandler's checked in for LeVert. And Indiana with the change here, too. Reed's checked in.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now, here is Reed. Back to Brogdon. Passes to Warren. To the paint. There's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Excellent job by Sabonis after setting the screen. Very mobile in these pick and rolls.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Durant in the corner, trying to get open is Irving. And that's good. Kevin Durant for three. Durant's got 7 now in this quarter. Pacers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Brogdon against Durant. And there's the call on Chandler. That'll be his second foul of the game. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Now, here's Warren. Following the shot by Kevin Durant. Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. And the basket is good.
You know, Malcolm Brogdon is a jack-of-all-trades kind of player and really solid at sharing the ball with his teammates.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Pacers also with a sub. Holiday's checked in. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. The Pacers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Brogdon kicks to Warren. Now here's McDermott. He's covered closely. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
Now here is Holiday. Feeds it to McDermott. Over Prince. Misses off the left iron. The net shooting, one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. A 3-ball. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
Now here's Brogdon. Sabonis inside. He's against Allen. And here's Brogdon from the arc. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Reedy's checked in for McDermott. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
Clark fast break fundamentals. Centered the ball. Run 2 wings on each side. Have another guy set up from outside. Last guy trailing. We don't see that much convention.
No, we don't, Kevin. And I'm chuckling because I know it grinds the gears of a lot of basketball purists, mine included. I really don't like to see guys fan out to the 3 when the layup is readily available. It's part and parcel of how it's played now, but I think there's a balance. I think you should still be running for layups and use the 3 in transition, maybe in a delayed fashion versus the primary break fashion.
See a lot of turnovers too, a lot of missed opportunities on the break these days.
Yeah, great point, Kevin. You're right. Guys trying to get that ball out to the 3 instead of taking the easy layup opportunity. Agree with you 100% there.
Here's Holiday following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Sabonis. Reed the pass to Warren. Over Durant. Here's Brogdon. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from Allen. And the call will be against Sabonis. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
Irving against Holiday. Irving finds Allen, and it's Allen with the jam. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
There's the pass to Sabonis. Now, here is Reed. Offline with his 3. Clark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more, players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the 3-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for 3 when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my posture. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Sabonis. Misses the 3.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Pacers shooting about 45% from the 4 in the 4th. And Holiday kicks to Reed. Rebound by Williams. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. They'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Wednesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta.
And that one against the Pistons. On paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
And he gets the bucket. And 12 points for Allen.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
The feed now to Williams. Shoots from the line. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Reed dishes to Holiday. From outside, off the mark. And here are the Nets. They're on a 20-6 run. Williams. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 9 assists in the game. Great passer. And Indiana shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Back to Sabonis. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from Allen. Outside Irving. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Irving. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Like these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries, more emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. Are you reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And so it's Brooklyn with it.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second-chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second-chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And there's no victory sweeter than beating someone who's last beaten you. Tonight, they'll even things up at 1 apiece in their 3-game season series against the Pacers.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Stolen by Holiday. Over Irving. And once again off the mark by Indiana. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chandler's shot, good.
I tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it, and that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Here's Leaf. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Outside Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.